How's it going, everyone? Mountainspyder here, bringing you another episode in the Pokemon TCG series. Today's going to be a lot of fun because we're actually going to be jumping into one of the older decks. I'm going to be playing with the Enchanted Echo. Now, it is quite a bit more difficult to win with the older decks, so I'm quite interested to see how this holds up in the ladder. As you can see, I was actually away for holiday, so it's been a while, so definitely need to put in a few games to end up getting this. So again, this series is going to be looking at the different theme decks and play through with the different theme decks, so that everyone playing can see if these are the theme decks they want to buy and if they're going to enjoy playing with them. I am using a new mic. For some reason the audio was terrible in my last video, so let's see how this goes with the new mic, and hopefully the audio sounds a lot cleaner. So jumping into the first game, I don't think I've played against the Sun and Moon deck before. So yeah, let's see how this goes. So the deck I'm using is from X and Y, using the Enchanted Echo. Not a great start. This is not what I want to be seeing. So this deck revolves around using Eevees, and the Eevees both have the Pokemon power, if I remember correctly, it's Evolution, which allows them, as soon as you place the energy on them, to search your deck and to find the corresponding evolution. It can be a lot of fun. It doesn't have a lot of trainer support, unfortunately, which is one issue I found with playing with it in the past. But it is a fun deck to play with once you get it going. That's cool Houndour artwork. Noibat is not a great opener. It doesn't deal a lot of damage, and it doesn't really have any utility. Okay, may as well just get Noibat going, got nothing better to do. Okay, let's really hope we get a draw into an Eevee or even a Clefairy. Pikachu 666. That's a rather interesting opponent to play against. Yeah. So let's see how this goes. I don't have much hope for this game, considering this is a really, really bad starting hand. Let's see now. Okay, there's a Bellsprout, it's at least something. But again, I don't actually even have any energy to go off of. Okay, let's go for tackle. Luckily, Noibat does resist the Stuffle, so it's going to take a while for the Stuffle to get through Noibat, if he doesn't evolve him. This is awkward. This is going to be a serious problem. Now with this Beware down, he's going to literally one-hit KO my Pokemon. What does Wishful Baton do? Pokemon card attached to Pokemon knocked off a damage from an opponent's attack. Move 3 basic energy cards to that Pokemon to one of each Pokemon. That is very interesting that you're able to just recycle 3 energy cards. One group. Yeah, that's Noibat after the count. I'm pretty sure this is game. I don't think there's even a draw I can have that's going to make a difference. Oh, there's the Eevee, but I've got no energies. This might be a very, very short opening game with the Enchanted Echo. Furious. Why is this called Furious Fist? This is not the Furious Fist deck. I'm not sure why my box art there says Furious Fists. I'm fairly certain this is Enchanted Echo. There's literally nothing I can do. Let's try and just stall for time. This is a bit unfortunate. This really was one of the worst opening hands you can get with this deck. And it looks like my opponent is quite well off with what they're using. So as I said, these older decks are very challenging to try and win with. It makes the games a lot of fun, but it can end up being quite frustrating. Does he have enough energy for the Puncturing Fangs? No. Let's see. And Burn stays on, so I'm definitely out for the next turn. Let's just be a pain, do as much as we can. So this deck is useful if you can get it off early enough. The difficulty is it basically relies off of having an Eevee down, and this deck is very energy heavy, and it doesn't have ways to recover energy, which is a serious issue. Okay. This burn is not going away. At least my opponent's Houndoom is asleep, so there's always that. I don't see a way out of this. Well, this is going to be a bit of an unfortunate start to this deck. But let's just see what we can do. I'm going to hope and pray for an energy, bringing down Eevee. And that is not what I want to see. So let's get a battle reporter down. Let's hopefully draw in some energies. Okay, there we go. Let's show off the energy evolution ability of Eevee. So when you apply an energy to it, you can then search your deck for an evolution. Only trick of this deck is it only runs one Leafeon. It does run two Sylveons though, which is a very important point to note, because you're not actually getting that many evolutions out of your Eevee. And let's get our bench going. Again, I don't have too much hope for this, but let's see. I don't really know even where I want the energy to go. I think Mawile. Also, I can go, no. Okay, let's just load up the Mawile. So that's the nice thing with this deck. We're using Sylveon, you've got Curly Ribbon, which bounces energy to your opponent's bench. It would be a lot better if it discarded it, but that would be kind of broken. What this does allow you to do though is partially control what your opponent can do. If they've got a Pokemon down that requires a lot of energy, this can slow it down significantly. Okay, that's a bit of a lucky turn. I am in desperate need of quite a lot of energy at the moment though. And I'm not getting draw mechanics out. So let's just carry on going for Curly Ribbon. I would love to get to 3 energies with the Sylveon to get the echoed voice off. I'm not too confident about it right now, but let's see how that goes. So again, if there are any theme deck that you want to see or you want to give a try, let me know down in the comments below. I can actually pick up the deck. I've got enough Pokepoints to buy any of the decks. If you want to be seeing some more of these older deck challenges like I'm doing now with the Enchanted Echo, let me know. If you want to see what one of the newer decks play like before you go out and buy it, again, I can pick up the newer deck. Let me know what you want to be seeing basically played on this channel and I can do it. I'm really enjoying Pokemon TCG, and it is a nice game to play whilst we wait for Sword and Shield to come out. Can't really do anything until I get energy out, unfortunately. Let's just carry on going for this. Sorry. Let's just spread out the energy as much as we can. Oh, sorry, I got something in my throat. Unfortunately, the retreat cost is 1. So the Mawile is... Oh, never mind. I don't know where I want this energy to go. I guess let's just hope on for one more energy to come down. And let's just carry on going for Curly Ribbon. Again, we really need to get the Sylveon to 3 energy if possible. The difficulty is that it's already on 30 HP. It's already taken 30 HP. So I don't even know if this is going to work, keeping it alive. So it might not be a bad idea. I actually want to get rid of this energy. I don't think Sylveon's going to belong to the world because she's charging up the Houndoom. So let's move this energy over to the... This deck's got a lot of like damage resistance. I think let's move it over to the Shelmet, rather. Let's start charging up the Shelmet. And then let's just go for another Curly Ribbon. So, I don't really see the point of putting that 3rd energy onto Sylveon. Because most likely now, that's not what I want to see. This Houndoom is going to come in, and with Puncturing Fangs, it'll overhit KO the Sylveon. So at least trying to get the Shelmet going. Because Shelmet will be able to take out the Houndoom. Which would be a big chunk of my opponent's energy out the way. Unfortunately, my opponent is down to 2 prize cards. So they've got a significant bonus. Well, they're significantly ahead, and there's quite a bit of pressure on me. I much prefer it being the other way around, but let's see how this goes. Okay, let's get this going. And let's start charging up the Fable. Now, I can go for Raid, which KO it. After Image Strike, if any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks during your opponent's next turn, flip a coin and prevent that damage. After Image Strike will take it out, and I would rather go for the chance of avoiding damage. as I said, this deck, energy, that's really what I need right now. This deck does quite a good job of negating damage or reducing damage. Because you've got your Clefable's Moonblast, which reduces damage by 30. You've got After Image Strike, which prevents the damage on a heads. Okay, energy's finally coming out. So let's get the... I want to hold on to that energy rather. And let's carry on going for the After Image Strike as long as we can. And I need to get really, really lucky, I think, to pick up this game. It's still possible, but I'm definitely playing on the back foot right now, which is not the case where you want to be in. Okay, Zwelos is down. I'm hoping my opponent runs out of energy because I've taken out... I've taken out, I think, about 6 energy so far. Taken out 6 energy so far. So that's at least looking decent. I don't know if I actually even want to charge up this Vigoroth. I'm really holding out to get another Bellsprout and hopefully get into this Victory Bell. Because I can get this Victory Bell out, that'll be fantastic. So I think our opponent's really down to 2 prize cards. I've already got 2 Pokemon charged up. I'm going to carry on going for this After Image Strike. And one nice thing about this Excalibur actually is the fact that it has a 0 retreat cost. It enables you to get them out in a sticky situation. And Pokemon with a 0 retreat cost are always useful to have around. I know the Excalibur doesn't deal a lot of damage. This deck does have rather low damage across the board. So you're going to be having longer games with it. Don't be expecting to hit KO your opponent unless you get the Enchanted Echo off from the Sylveon. Enchanted Echo, once you get it off, for the first round does 50 damage. The second round will end up dealing 100 damage. So if you can continuously do Enchanted Voice... Okay, there's energy, that's good. Now I just need to get the second Bellsprout out and a Weeping Bell, and we can kind of get this going. That is awkward. Okay, let's see. I need to get really lucky now for After Image Strike. Well, I need to get really lucky with it 3 times in a row. But let's see how it goes. Okay. First time getting lucky with After Image Strike. Let's keep this going. Okay, I've got a lot of energy sitting here. The problem is he's just going to hit KO whatever I bring in. All my Pokemon are sitting at 90 HP other than this Victory Bell. Okay, let's just carry on going, and I need to carry on getting lucky with After Image Strike. Okay, we got lucky once, so we need to do that 2 more times. Come on, Excalibur. Bit of a stressful game. Again, as I said, I've got to get ridiculously lucky for this to work. And a Hard Dragon. Once you turn before you attack, you may choose 3 bench Pokemon, then discard your other bench Pokemon. Oh, that's quite cool. Okay, I got unlucky there, which is not a great start. Moonblast will enable me to stay alive for 1 extra turn. I really hate the supporter card. Okay, let's see. Let me charge this up. Maybe I can get lucky and basically just draw this out for as long as I can. Because this attack shouldn't knock me out because we'll be dealing 30 less damage. Problem being, I won't actually KO this Houndoom next turn. No, this game is out. Okay, let's retreat this Clefable, bring in our second one. And again, I'm really just stalling. I don't even know what I'm stalling for, because I don't think there's anything I can really do to keep this game going. So again, I'm not terribly disappointed with this game, considering I got all the way down to 3 prize cards with a pretty terrible opening hand. Yeah, that's game. Oh yeah, unfortunately, getting a loss in the first game. Never nice to see that. But let's see how it goes. Let's hopefully recover with the second game and pick up another win with this deck. Yeah, the deck's name is Enchanted Echo. I don't know why when I was playing the last time I came across as a Furious Fists. Anyway, let's go for the second game. Hopefully we can get a bit of a better game with this. And hopefully we can start with a better opening hand. You really do need to get Eevee in your opening hand. As I said, this deck relies quite a bit on I'm getting a lot of energy out. Sorry, I'm just reading his name. Ultra Captain America. Interesting. Okay, so I won the coin flip. I do want to go first with this deck, I think. Because this deck doesn't have a lot of attack in the first place. Oof. Not what I want to see. Luckily, my opponent had no opening Pokemon, so I'm going to have at least one more draw. I got the energy, which is something good. But the issue is I don't have Pokemon. I've only got the Shelmet. And my opponent's playing a fire deck. Which is very awkward having Shelmet out first. Shelmet's damage is actually decent for a starting Pokemon. With 1 energy, you have the chance of getting 20 damage out. Again, it's not bad, but it's really not what I want to be seeing. I really need to be seeing an Eevee out very soon. Yes, I definitely want to draw an extra card. Okay, Tornadus is never bad. Tornadus might actually be a saving grace for this game. Okay, that's good. I really want to be seeing grass Pokemon out first. Okay, let's get this Professor's Letter out. I want to get as much fairy energy out because I already have 4 grass energy. Let's get some energy going and let's just pass it over. So Tornadus could be quite useful because it has Push Down, which enables you to control your opponent's active Pokemon. And Twisted Throw is a bit of an awkward ability. If you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent, this attack does 60 more damage. So it's a bit awkward because you end up having to have the same amount of cards in your hand as your opponent, which is quite difficult to get. But when you get it right, it's fantastic. Our opponent unfortunately does have an Entei down already. Entei is scary. Eruption. Each player discards the top card from their deck. This attack does 60 more damage for each energy card discarded this way. It mills my opponent's deck, it mills my deck, and it can deal a crazy amount of damage. You can dealing 140 damage with this, which is not what I want to be seeing. Okay. I was really hoping for an evolution right there. The fact that Shelmet has a 3 retreat cost is just horrid. So I'm actually going to start loading up the Tornadus, because there's no real point putting energy onto the Shelmet, because unless I get the evolution going with the Exilagor, it's just, there's no point. The Shelmet's not going to be doing anything. And draw 2 cards and flip a coin. If heads, if you play this card from your hand, put this card into your hand instead of the discard pile. If you have no cards in your deck, you can't play this card. It's a rather interesting card because it can come back to your hand. Once in your turn, before you attack me, search your deck for a card, shuffle your deck, then put that card on top of it. This deck of my opponents has some very nice draw mechanics. And that's what I do find makes a theme deck very strong, is if it has good draw mechanic. Unfortunately, what's happening now is I'm having just energy. Again, I like it with this deck because this deck requires a lot of energy, but too much energy does not help. My opponent's going to be letting this Shuckle go down most likely, and they're going to be going straight into Entei, which is scary. Again, I think Tornadus might be quite useful just to keep swapping out the Entei whenever they bring it in, and most likely going into the Macargo, because the Macargo has a 3 retreat cost, which is something I really want to see. Because with using Tornadus, you can swap your opponent's active Pokemon out with one of their bench Pokemon. And it's a way of basically drawing out your opponent's energy as much as possible. The scary thing is that if the Entei gets lucky, they can hit KO the Tornadus. Oof, there goes Blaziken. My opponent's getting a lot of value out of his Pokemon at the moment. Again, draw mechanic. You'll want to be looking for theme decks that have a lot of draw mechanics. The Enchanted Echo is not one of them. So it is... This deck plays very hit and miss. You do rely on getting top decks quite often, which is not always the situation you want to be going into. Okay, there's the Sylveon. So we're halfway there. Now we just need to get the Entei out. Sorry. If we can get the Eevee out, we'll be good to go. If we don't get Eevee, it's a bit of an awkward situation. If we can start rolling with the Enchanted Echo, getting Enchanted Voice, 100 damage a turn can be very, very good. And luckily, the Sylveon can take 1 hit from the Entei without going out. Okay, there's the Houndoom. If you have more cards in your hand than your opponent's attack does 80 more damage. Wow, okay, that's not bad at all. Looks like my opponent is starting to build into Blaziken, which is quite scary. But yeah, let's see how this goes. This is a bit of a better start. It's a bit of a slow game considering I'm not getting any Pokemon out. I'm basically just drawing energies. If I can start getting some Pokemon out, I might be okay. But as it's standing right now, it's not fantastic. My opponent's got a very good card advantage on me at the moment, which is always worrying. And again, it's always a nice position to be in. If you've got the chance to get as much card advantage as you can, to have more cards in your hand than your opponent. If you can fix your draws like what my opponent is doing now, you're in a much better position to control the flow of the game. This is going really badly. Again, I'm just drawing evolution Pokemon. So all I can do is just carry on going for jump on. The bonus part is that Shelmet will eventually knock out this Shackle after 5 turns. It's a bit of a waste on my opponent's side going for the Professor right now, because the Shackle won't be attacking, so it's losing out on the 20 damage. But again, my opponent's got such great card advantage right now. He's just getting so far ahead of me. As you can see, I've still got 39 cards in my hand. In my deck, sorry. My opponent's down to 29. They've literally drawn 10 more cards than me so far in this game. And again, I am not getting any good draws. Yeah, Shackle. Shelmet got the damage off at a time that really was not important. And that's an energy. That is not what I want to be seeing. Unfortunately, I'm getting drowned in energy and getting drowned in evolved Pokemon, which is rather unfortunate. Natural Cure. Whenever you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, remove all special conditions from it. And lunge. Flip a coin if Tails' attack does nothing. Very average Combuskin, but okay. Not sure why you would want to bring a Shackle back. I think my opponent's worried about losing energy. Freshly Squeezed. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you must search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and discard them. Then shuffle your deck. Okay. I'm getting very concerned considering the fact that my opponent is so far ahead in terms of card advantage. Shelmet's finally going to go out, which is actually a good thing, so I can get Tornadus in. And actually get this game going. Now, again, very, very bad draws. Not what I want to be seeing. So I'm going to be going for the push down. And I'm going to bring my opponent's Shackle out again. Oh, I actually made a mistake. I confused Tornadus with one of the other Pokemon. Push down lets your opponent choose. I don't get to choose. That was a big mistake. Because that's actually most likely game. That's most likely game. Because my opponent can now search for an energy card, put an energy card on top of the deck, and then go for Eruption. That was a big mistake on my side. I actually completely forgot about how push down worked. Well, that's unfortunately a second loss with the Enchanted Voice deck, the Enchanted Echo deck. Unfortunately, like I said, it is unfortunate playing with the older theme decks because they are quite a lot weaker than the newer decks. Power creep really is a thing with the theme decks. And like I said in the previous video, understandably, because you want to be moving as many decks as possible. So I'm actually going to jump into a third game with this because these games are quite short. I'm going up against Torrential Cannon, which was the last deck I previewed on this channel. I don't actually want to go first. I want to try going second. Because I've got a lot of grass Pokemon, I'll try going second to get the attack going first. Got a Bellsprout. This could be quite useful. Hopefully my opponent's going into a water Pokemon first. I do doubt it though, because they've got a good starter like Pidgeys, and they've got good starters like the Farfetch'd, as you saw in our previous videos. And my opponent knows they're playing into a grass deck, so there they go. They started off with a Pidgey, which lets them get Collect Off. So for my opponent's side, that's a very good opening, going for the Pidgey rather than going for the Squirtle, because they know they're going up against a grass type deck. Okay. Again, Clefairy is nice, quite nice because you can stall out with Moonlight. If you don't have a good bench going, opening up the Clefairy can be quite useful. Using Moonlight to just constantly heal 30 damage from Clefairy. You're able to stall out until you have quite a good bench going. Just waiting for my opponent here. Vine Whip unfortunately is not going to be dealing much to this Pidgey. It's going to take 5 turns to get rid of him. Hopefully I can draw into Weeping Bell. I don't know why I'm Professor, well, you'd Professor off the start, but okay. I must say, I do prefer holding on to Professor until I can get an attack out. Okay, that's a Clefable. That is quite an interesting start. So what I might do is, let's get some Grass Energy going. And I should have actually looked at my deck to see how many Eevees I had. And let's get a... I'm actually going to put a Fairy Energy onto... Actually not sure how to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to charge a Bellsprout. I get 1 attack off for now, until I can actually load up the Clefairy with enough damage to get Moonblast off. So for now I'm just going to carry on attacking with Bellsprout until I can retreat with Bellsprout into my Clefable and actually do something. I don't really... Oh, that's quite a bad start. My opponent's already got a Pidgeotto out. And Gust will 2-hit KO my Bellsprout, so I'm going to have to retreat my Bellsprout next turn already. I'm actually not going to evolve into a Clefable next turn. I'd rather keep Clefairy out so I can stall with Moonlight. So if my opponent plays a second energy onto the Pidgeotto and goes for the Gust, then I need to swap out my Bellsprout and try and preserve him. If he doesn't apply the second energy to the Pidgeotto, then my Bellsprout can sit there. Oh, okay, my opponent's going for card advantage. So they're definitely digging then for some Blastoises, for some Pidgeots. So my Bellsprout can then just sit pretty. I can get the evolution going on Clefable. I can start loading up Clefable. Let's go for a second Vine Whip. The option is I can always go into Knockoff to discard a random card from my opponent's hand. I don't think it's really worth the energy cost. I'm not getting much value out of it. And I would rather at least get some damage off. Okay, so my opponent's got a War Turtle out so far. I really do want to be seeing a whatchamacallit? Ah, our brain's gone blank now. A Victory Bell. That'll help a lot with this game, considering my opponent's going to be most likely charging up into Blastoise as soon as possible. Okay, my opponent will be able to bring out a Tool Cutter for 40 damage right now. Oh, they're going for Collect instead. They're going to carry on going for the card advantage. This is quite scary because my opponent's now going to have basically enough in their hand to do whatever they need. So let's get Bellsprout out of there because Bellsprout's just not doing anything. And let's rather go into Clefable and get Moonblasts off. This will at least close us up a little bit quicker. Unfortunately, I'm going to still need 2 more Moonblasts until I can get Farfetch'd out. So, Follow Me was the one I was thinking of, which allows you to switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with the active Pokemon. So, Follow Me lets you choose who gets swapped in, whereas the Tornadus's Push Down lets your opponent choose. And then my opponent has the Blastoise down. So what my opponent did was, like I said in the previous videos, they went for getting the card advantage out. So your early game, you don't end up actually doing anything really, other than just draw as many cards as you can. And now he's sitting in such a great position, having with this Blastoise out, with Powerful Squall, having enough energy out, that you can now really get some momentum going. So from my opponent's side, they did some really good early game plays. Unfortunately on my side, I didn't really do enough in the early game. I wasn't able to put enough pressure on by just having that Bellsprout out. And again, this really does show you the value of a draw mechanic, of having good card advantage over your opponent. And it's something to always be aware of when looking at your decks and looking at your plays, is you need to get as much advantage over your opponent. You need to be able to get your tools out there. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that with this deck. I wasn't able to get the required Pokemon out. As you saw, I'm sitting with the Clefable, I'm sitting with the Bellsprouts. I just got the Tornadus out, but nothing really did anything. That was a bit of a cheap shot from my opponent. My opponent ended up using Spin Storm, which returned everything to my hand, which really does slow me down quite a lot, because now my opponent can go for Whirlwind, which is really going to mess with what I want to be doing. And Tornadus can't really do anything. One nice thing with this deck is low retreat costs. I actually should have retreated out into Bellsprout there. But yeah, so this deck does have low retreat costs, which is always nice. But I don't think I'm going to be able to recover this game. My opponent has such an advantage when it comes to their Pokemon at the moment are a lot stronger than mine. And their energy... My opponent has 6 energy down the field compared to my 1. So my opponent is sitting in a much better spot. And again, my opponent's really just playing with me right now. I'm going to try and slow this down a bit. So what I'm going to do is actually go into Clefable. And again, I'm just drawing energy. I need to get Eevees out somehow. And I'm actually going to be using Follow Me to bring out my opponent's Pidgey. Just to try and slow this game, but I need to get rid of what they're doing. The problem is my opponent's got the Powerful Squall, so they can literally just load up the Pidgey with enough retreat energy, retreat it out, and just rinse, wash, and repeat, and carry on doing Spin Storm. So I think my opponent is really just trolling at the moment. I'm gonna hang on. Hopefully I can get an Eevee out and get the Enchanted Echo going off, the Enchanted Voice, sorry. And basically until that point, I just need hope I can keep this going. Yeah, my opponent's just trolling. This is a bit frustrating. Let's see. Let's get some skates out. Okay, something is coming out. Again, it's not really anything I can do. I can make work. Let's just load the Tornadus up. I think Tornadus really is the only chance to actually do anything with this deck. Let's see. Because the thing is, my opponent won't really ever run out of cards because the deck runs Olivia. So I can't even hope for them to draw out, because as soon as it comes to a point where they're going to run out of cards in their deck, they'll then just play Olivia and shuffle their hand back into their deck. My only real chance is getting Tornadus out with Twister Throw when I have the same amount of cards in my hand as my opponent. My opponent got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 as well. So I can keep an eye on the amount of cards my opponent has in their hand. I might actually be able to do something. But again, it's really a long shot. Luckily my opponent is actually now starting to do something. Noibat's absolute trash in this deck. I should have actually evolved Clefairy. It doesn't really matter. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 10 cards in hand. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So our opponent's got 12 to my 9. So 11 to my 9. So I can't actually do Twister Throw just yet. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Again, I can't do Twister Throw because I'm going to be unfortunately having to play an energy down onto Tornadus. So hopefully next turn I can actually get Twister Throw off. Oh, there's Leafeon, but again, no Eevee. You never really want to be drawing your evolutions in this deck because when you play an energy on Eevee, they evolve anyway. Okay, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 9. My opponent has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So hopefully I can get the Twister Throw off next turn and get rid of the Pidgeot. The problem is, even getting Twister Throw off, Tornadus only has 110 HP, which means the Hydro Tackle from Blastoise will take him out. So really, there isn't a way to recover this game. With that, my opponent actually has enough cards in hand now that the Tornadoes will never be able to get that attack off. So I do think this is game. Let's just go into Tornadoes because why not? But yeah, this game is definitely closed up now. So unfortunately, that was 3 bad games with the Enchanted Echo. As I said, it's not a fantastic deck. It doesn't really hold up. It doesn't really hold up against the newer decks. I have struggled to get wins with this. I have gotten a few wins off on the versus ladder, but not many. This deck has my lowest win rate. It has my lower win rate than the 3 starting decks on the versus ladder. So in all honesty, we're better off playing with these starting decks than playing with this Enchanted Voice deck. Okay, Clefairy. Let's just see what happens. Clefairy, let's just evolve you because why not? And let's just end this game off because I don't really feel like playing a card. So, well played. Bit of a sad turn of events, having 3 losses on this video. But at least my opponent did well played. And that's going to be the end of the game. So, I hope you did enjoy seeing this video. If you were considering picking up this deck, be warned that it doesn't hold up very well with the current decks. If you're looking for a deck that's going to perform well on the versus ladder, you really are looking at these first 6 decks. When you go past those first 6 decks, the decks do drop off fairly quickly. As you can see, this Enchanted Echo is actually all the way down at the X and Y decks. Where are they? All the way down over here. So I picked it up because I thought the evolutions would be quite fun. But what I didn't realize, I didn't go through the deck. One thing to note is you can view a deck before you buy it. I didn't actually view it properly, and I didn't realize that you don't have a draw mechanic with this deck. So as you can see, I've got 795. Most likely this is going to be the last video with the Enchanted Echo deck. I don't think I'll do a second video with it because I was able to get 3 games off. And so starting with the next video, I'm going to be picking up a new deck. As for what deck that is going to be, you'll have to watch the next video to see. If you did enjoy this video, please do consider liking and subscribing. It really does help me out. And thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers. Enjoy.